Will you go out with me? Some of the most frightening words we could ever imagine saying to another individual. If you're like me, you've had many crushes on many different people throughout your life. Who here today currently has a crush on someone? Imagine for one moment asking your crush on a date. Imagine you're alone with your crush. You say something witty like you always do, and they laugh. You look at them, and their hair glows in the moonlight. There's a small silence, and you catch them staring at you with those big brown eyes. And for a couple moments, the world stops, and it's just you and them. Then you work up the courage to open your mouth and say, "Will you go out with me?" Your heart starts beating a little bit faster. You can feel the butterflies flying around in your stomach, and fear screams to you to stop. You get scared. Thoughts race through your mind. What if I look like an idiot? What if it gets really awkward between us? What if we start dating and then we break up and we're not friends anymore? What if all my friends laugh at me? What if climate change is real and the polar bears die? And most importantly, what if they don't like you back? And they might not like you back, but you should do it anyways. And even if you were 100% sure that you were a part of the dreaded friend zone, you should still ask them out. Why? Speaking from personal experience and the experience of my friends, I believe that there are three main reasons we get scared to ask out the people that we like. First, we are scared of rejection. We simply don't like getting told no. Second, we are scared of people knowing that we got rejected. When we get rejected, realistically, nothing really changes. You weren't dating them before, and you're not dating them now. But the fact that you got rejected is now out there, like a dark cloud looming over you. You're scared you'll walk around being branded as the person who just got rejected. Every time you see someone talking and you think that they're looking at you, then you know that they're talking about how you just got rejected. Or at least that's what my friends have told me, because clearly nothing like this has ever happened to me before. Number 3, you're scared it will ruin your friendship. So with all these fears looming over you, why would you ever take the risk and ask out your crush? Well, for starters, it can change the way you look at your life. Very often we make our decisions and judgments based off of the things we can get. What will get me into the best college? What will put the most money in my bank account? What will win me that gold medal? Or what will land me a date with that cute guy or girl? We're always focused on what we can gain. But what if we flip the script around? What if we began focusing on the person that we're becoming? What if instead of focusing on whether or not we could get a date, we began focusing on whether or not we could stand up to our fears? Because at the end of the day, it really doesn't matter if you can get one person to go on a date with you. But it definitely matters if you are a person who can muster up the courage to stand strong in the face of their fears and do something that you're scared of. I challenge you to shift your paradigm. Don't view the world as a series of chances to get something you want. View life as a continuous opportunity to grow into the person you want to be. So if you value courage or standing up to your fears, go and find things that you're scared of and do them. Not because it will get you a date with some cute guy or girl, or because it will get you into Harvard, but because doing things that you're scared of will make you a more courageous person. In addition, it will also make you more confident. Very quickly ask yourself, what makes you feel confident? Is it how good looking you are? Is it your GPA? Is it how much money you have in your bank account or what car you drive? Very often we base our confidence off of the things we have in our current status. Whether or not we drive the nicest car, and whether or not we are the smartest or best looking person in the room. But the things we have in our current status can change with the drop of a hat. 1 second, we're the smartest, funniest, best looking person in the room. And then we leave our bedrooms and we go into rooms with other people. And suddenly we're not. So what happens to your confidence then? What if we began basing our confidence off of our ability to face our fears? Our confidence becomes rooted in the belief that we are a person who can stand up to our fears, and that we are a person who's willing to go out of our comfort zone in order to become the person that we want to be. That belief and confidence you have in yourself is something that no one else can take away from you. So when you inevitably get rejected, when everyone else feels sad and depressed, you'll feel happy and confident. When you look in the mirror, you won't see a loser who can't get a date. You'll see a person who tackles the challenges of life head on. And this will let you stand a little bit straighter, speak a little bit louder, and look people in the eyes when you talk to them, because you'll feel more confident in who you are. I remember around 1.5 years ago, I really liked this girl, and I was 90% sure that she did not like me back. I remember asking my friends during lunch for advice on what to do, and naturally, most of them told me not to ask her out because they knew that I would probably just get rejected. Eventually, I realized that all the reasons I should not have asked her out boiled down to fear. I was scared. And when I realized how scared I was of this, I told myself that this is something you need to do. Not because you need to go on a date with this girl, but because you need to prove to yourself that you can do something you're scared of. We had planned to hang out after school for a little bit that day and talk, so I knew that I would have an opportunity that day to ask her out. The entire time after school, I'm trying to work up the courage to ask her out, but on the inside, I'm a nervous wreck. My thoughts scream at me, "You can do this. You have to do this. If you don't do this, you're gonna regret it. Do it now. Do it now, you scaredy cat. If you can't even ask out the girl you like, how are you going to do anything in life? Quit being a loser." Oh man, I just missed my opportunity. Maybe I shouldn't do it today. Maybe I shouldn't ask her out at all. I'm just gonna get rejected, right? Do I really even want a girlfriend? We start walking out to the parking lot, and despite the tornado blowing through my mind, I'm cracking jokes, and she's laughing. And I can't help but smile when I realize how pretty she looks. Her radiant smile spreading across her face, her soft laughter filling the air, and her golden hair shining in the sunlight. In that moment, she looked beautiful. But the seconds were counting down, and I told myself that this is it. It is now or never. So I took a deep breath, and I counted down from 5 in my head. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Before I knew it, I had opened my mouth, and the words had just come stumbling out. "Will you go on a date with me?" I did everything I was supposed to. I risked looking like a fool, and I risked getting rejected. And I'm proud to say that she said no. She said no. I got rejected. But honestly, at that point, it really didn't matter to me anymore. I was not sad or depressed because I got rejected. I was ecstatic because I knew in my head that I had just done something that really scared me. I went home that night and flipped open my journal and wrote, "Alex, you got rejected today. But you know what? Great stuff, man. You did something you were scared of, and that's more than enough." And the funny thing is, to this day, this girl and I are still really good friends. There's nothing awkward between us because I'm completely happy with how everything turned out. I wouldn't go back and change a single thing. And finally, everything in your life involves risk. Everything worth wanting in life involves risk. And very often, whether or not we get the things we want depends on our willingness to take those risks. If you want to become an amazing person, or do something incredible, or even get slightly better at a skill of your choice, it involves risk. The risk of failure, the risk of looking stupid, and the risk of getting rejected. If you ever want a girlfriend or boyfriend, you have to risk getting rejected. If you ever want to become a great public speaker, you have to risk getting on stage and making many, many mistakes. And that's scary. Those thoughts of failure and looking stupid are scary. But here's the good thing. Fear never changes. No matter what you're scared of, the feeling of fear is always the same. Yeah, sometimes it is more extreme than others, but that moment you're standing face to face with fear, and you feel smaller than a mouse, and you feel your entire body tense up, that moment is always going to be there. But it's something that you can conquer. And since the feeling of fear is universal, you can find opportunities to conquer it at every moment of your life. That demon is always going to be there. But the more you practice conquering it, the better you get at it in life. The more you're able to muster up the courage to stand strong in the face of your fears, the better off your life will be. So I urge you, the next time you're alone with the person you like, and the cold hands of fear begin to wrap around your neck, and you feel the air rush from your lungs, and you feel your hands start to shake, don't ask, "What will I get?" Ask, "Who will I become?" Don't worry about looking like a fool. Worry about never being able to stand up to your fears. So take a deep breath, count down from 5, and stare fear dead in its cold eyes and ask in triumph, "Will you go out with me?"